Hey, good morning, FH. Oh, we're way lower. Holy shit. Huh. Well, is your overnight low fill breakdown? See if it holds or not. They came right into that bear auction level and reversed it. Wow. Yeah, it looks like they did the overnight failed breakdown already. That was fast. Nice reaction. Yeah, for sure. Thing which immediately got rebid. I was waiting for something a little slower. This thing hit the overnight low and then boom. Well, see if they set it up for a retest or something. But right now it just looks like a strong push out the gate. They're trying to reclaim the lows from earlier this week. This thing just keeps going. Yeah, retest. Some retest from back down again. Back down into same level. The low that just got made. I mean, ideally there, but other than that, no. I'll have to wait. Let's wait for some other levels to hit or tap into, because that overnight low retest or reclaim was rather fast. I was expecting a little bit more of a drop before anything. It came right into the prior month point of control and then rejected it. I guess I'll see how it consolidates here above the 70s. If it holds, that'd be a higher low area to long into. The 470s was the low from, was that July 7th? Yeah, July 7th. It just keeps ripping, bro, and it's not gonna pull back or what? Here's the Paramount Value low on NQ. It's holding 70s. They ever want to see. Yeah, what the hell is that? Let's see if it comes down. I would assume that this initial push pulls back at some point. I just don't know if it holds below. The entry would be around here if it does, from the put wall. In favor of the gap. Or retrace back to 60s at minimum. I don't know if it'll bring it lower than that, but I don't want to short, but that would be a counter rotation. Right. In favor of the gap, but the gap fill is really far away. What is that? The prior day low is it 25? Yeah, it's pretty far out. No, big flush. You might get a continuation down, but I don't know what to bet on here. I'm probably just gonna wait for a long setup. Yeah, they are. They're flushing out. I'm not gonna be Not gonna be buying this for sure. I think the initial push at the open was definitely a lot of shorts getting short, having covering at the open. Gap down. I'm gonna comment on that. Or the put wall actually had a nice reaction, but and then a little bit lower into that. Good morning, Frank. Welcome back. Yeah, they're hitting it in the tape. You can see the offers are lining up even lower. Your stuff's online? What do you mean? Oh. Let me check it out. I just saw your message. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Nice. Very smooth import. Can I import? Let's see what we got here. Confined. What import does it need? What's the file format have to be? I have this one here. Oh wait, this one. Confined entry column. What's the if I want to import my data here to what's the import file? Try this one. Just couldn't find date or entry column. Interesting. What about this one? Oh, these are the ones I use, but I guess they're missing some data point. Maybe let me know what the format needs to be. Very nice. I like all the rules that are there. Playbook. Volume tempo. Oh, you got a few different playbooks. Cool. Yeah, really nice. How'd you get all this done so quickly? Or how long did it take you? That's good. Little table showing your R. I only need... Wow. Not bad. Around a month, yeah. This looks good. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is neat. Good job having this on here. Absorption detector. Very neat. I would have had like a picture of that absorption detector down here somewhere, but it looks great. You have it on Gumroad? Oh, it's not here yet. You can list them on Gumroad if you have the chart book. Looks good. I like the color scheme you used. It runs smooth, the page. Very nice work, man. I know when I can try it so I can add my CSV file or how I need to format it. I can format it for whatever it needs to be formatted to. I can try it out. Low bounce got rejected. It's still weak. Buyers are pretty weak. I wouldn't be a buyer until they show some true strength. That rejection at 70s is pretty sharp, and that's a key level. It's the level right here. The lows from this week and last week. 73, I think, was the low. Earlier this week, we put in a low at 73, and then again last week, at 73. So it's one of the key areas that has to reclaim for me to be long. It's that weekly low, prior week low. Just be mindful that we're imbalanced down as long as we're below the prior week low of 573. This honestly could be just a full flush day. If it makes a new low. If they take out that low from the open, we just flush out the rest of the session until we get down to like 400s. We'll see what it does, but it's that push up looked pretty good until it got met with some selling at that wall. We'll see if they can reclaim. At minimum, I want to see them reclaim 70s, honestly. I don't really want to be long unless it does that. It's putting in like a retest of the open here. Arm tight. What is this? Failed breakdown trigger active. Does the NQ has a failed breakdown trigger active right now? As soon as I said I needed a push, they start pushing. Let's see if this holds. I'm giving it time. I'm not really in a rush to be buying blindly here. At least from what I see, it doesn't show true strength yet. These little touches of VWAP could be shorts into lower price. Yeah, I think it should be a nice short here. See if they can fill me on a short, small one here. Oh, I did get filled. Shit. Okay, wait, that's not a short, bro. That's a long. Ugh. What was it? I said short, didn't I? I'll do 4. The market. There you go. Try a small one against this base. And we'll target the lows there near the open. The overnight low, and then go from there. I might want to tag the prior month value low, but I'm sorry about prior month point of control right there below us. We'll see. I think this is relatively weak. I don't have much structure on the NQ, and that's the one I'm kind of eyeing here until we go down into. Oh fuck, where is it? I don't have anything right now. Oh, like I said, I have nothing of reference right now. I'll have to look for it. NQ needs to reclaim that prior month value low. That 20 at where literally where the put wall is, the same level where it's at. That level is a massive one. If we start to break below that spike open off the open, I'll probably add a little bit more to the trade. But we got to drop at least 15 points. What time is it? 7:03. Let's run a new report in a few minutes for the gamma levels. But so far that put wall held. Where's the call wall at? Oh, it's all the way up there. Yeah, we need to run a new one. We'll take this out of the way for now. Why? Two, 5. Oh, they're pushing. So that's an active. I can see it now clearly. This is probably an active failed breakdown. See if it holds or not right here. This little low, they put it at the open. Currently holding pretty decent off the spike touch. It's gonna probably stop me out here. But that little low has to be taken. If it takes out, I'll add to the trade. Back to that 73. Well, the 73 is where my stop is. Probably not the best spot to have the stop, but I don't really want to be risking too much on a short setup. But that 70 area is right here. This little area right here. So I probably need to give this trade more room to breathe, but I'm not down to really want to hold a short. If it breaks below this area, I'm looking to add more. It has to break below the open. Other than that, probably just wait till I get stopped out or let it do its thing. Looks like I held the open pretty well. And then it's right now it's pushing. Probably for that VWAP test. I'm not sure. VWAP's like at 92. I haven't really tested VWAP yet. Might want to. The full session one. We're still in short gamma, so if we do sell, it'll be fast. The pushes down or the pushes up will be amplified because of the regime. Okay, we'll add a couple more there. Here's the level I want to see a break. Little overnight open area. It's coming right into it. It's flushing right into it. Like I said, negative gamma is going to flush stuff out and push stuff up pretty strong. So it'll consolidate for a bit and then you'll get flushes that come out of nowhere once the movement's over. Here's the open. I want to see a push into overnight low and then a retest of the open from below, and I'll scale there some more. Or scale, I mean, I'll add more to the trade. Essentially something like this. It'll test here and come in, test the overnight open from below, and then reject. I'll certainly be taking some there. I'll scale some for now just to be sure that I get something. Okay, it came back past the open. I don't want to see it reclaim the open, so we'll see what it does here. I'll add more here. Okay. A little bit more on that rejection. We'll keep the scale there and then some below near the prior month. They pushed it pretty hard. Yeah, that open area is going to be a big pivot. You can see how they're hold there. As soon as the open holds right now, they held the open right there, and then they bounced it. As soon as they held the open's a massive level. It's going to be a critical level, I think, for them to want to hold or not on this trade. I'm willing to add a little bit more too. If this fails again, these pops don't get sold by them. None of these pops are going to be real moves in either direction. They're going to fake out both ways because of the VIX. I think the VIX is at 19. Yeah, 19, and we're also in negative gamma, which is just amplifies everything. So it makes everything look more than what it is. Just keep in mind we're in negative gamma, and also VIX is at 19, so the moves look amplified in both directions. They're meant to trap. The negative gamma is going to make things a little tricky. Very tricky environment to be trading in when you're in negative gamma. And you also have the VIX. You have those environments. You have this combination of price here. If I can zoom in. Dealers are net short. Gamma hedging their positioning. What this means for price: faster tapes, moves extend further. Rallies tend to get sold. Stops need more room, and momentum beats fading. So just trade momentum essentially, if there is any. And Q back above the open. That open level is going to be massive. Look at, I might get squeezed out because of that reclaim. Here's the profile at. Yeah, we have a true gap down. Don't squeeze me now. I got this. I think I'm gonna get squeezed out, dude. They keep putting failed breakdowns here at the open. This is gonna fuck me hard. Yeah. Yeah, they may want to push into the VWAP here. If they push here. Time is at 7:13. Well, we'll see. VWAP here, the RTH one, it hasn't been a strong hold. I mean, that has the last few lows, but I don't have a lot of trust in the RTH VWAP most sessions. It's more of like a pivot than anything. So far, the VWAP is holding from above. Interesting. 1, 2, 3 tests. Not sure if it's gonna keep price down or not, but holding right now. It's not really, doesn't normally do that too well. Ow. This could be the reference VWAP for now until the other one catches up. I don't know. It flushed again. I'm not going to add any more to this trade. I don't like the amount of trapping they're doing at the open, so I'll let this kind of ride out. Are they doing it again? Yeah, they're still holding that open. That open is massive. You can see they're trying every single time they get close to that open. They're trying their best to hold it. We've been doing that. It'll look like promising and then just goes job. Yeah, it does do that. I think there's like a Vixpiration this week or something too. It has a few things. I mean, we have earnings and you have Vixpiration. You have a few different things in the background kind of doing this, you know? Let's see. Google, when is Vixpiration? Wednesday. I think that was yesterday. It's different kinds of expirations happening, which is causing this, and plus you have earnings. So, you know, it's a few things like that that kind of pin price. It looks good. I mean, they haven't taken out the initial low here that they made, that base, spike base here. I might be on the wrong side. Look at this. Spike base there. Let's actually renew the levels here. Where's the gamma? Which one is it? Oh, this one. Let's renew them here. See what they look like now. That spike base has to break, man. That's the level I'm eyeing here that has to break. At first it was this one right above, and then it did, but then all they did was just trap. See this one? This is my first one I was eyeing, and then they trapped there again, did another low, and then they swiped it up again. So we'll see if this one breaks this time around and actually sells off or not. Failed. Okay, let's see, did they post? Yeah, new gamma levels posted, okay. See where they are at. This stupid window, come on, dude. Stop fucking with me. Yeah, it doesn't reclassify, but it does tell you when the classification has failed and when it reclaims. So it'll tell you where the inflection point is for it to be back in play or out of play. They doing? I keep dipping here and then just fucking teasing me, dude. It's annoying. So we'll see. I mean, like, it's fucking chop. Okay, look at this. This is teetering right above that fucking open. They won't let it break. The open. They're holding it with all their might, dude. It's fine. They'll give it to me eventually, I think. There's so much effort trying to hold it. Look how close they get to the open. Yeah, they go pushing again. Alright, just let it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. This is either gonna break the open or hold. I think the open is either long or short bias here. So currently I'm out of favor because we're not breaking below the open, so you should be long instead. As long as this holds above the open, is a long bias, is my assumption. That's what my scanner says too. So if they reclaim above that VWAP, they probably squeeze for sure, but we'll see. I mean, this could be the classifier keeps beeping and saying, hey fool. Yeah, it says here classified. So a little annoying action, but that's your line in the sand right there. That fucking open. Look at that. Yeah, it's the fucking open. We'll see what they do. I'm on the wrong side for now. What was I going to do? I was going to reload. Yeah, I gotta reload my levels. Update them here. I refresh the gamma levels. Where are they at now? Put walls below us. Yeah, see the put wall can move down. And the call wall should move down too. Where is it at? Oh yeah, moved down a little bit, not much. The put wall got moved down to where the near the overnight low. Ow. So I'll skip most of it where that overnight low is. Or that put wall is or whatever. The 50-day Valera low, really? Wow. Yeah. I didn't know that was a 50-day one. That's crazy. Yeah, if it breaks, I mean, it's coincidental, I guess, but yeah. There's the break. I mean, it's coming down again. The pretty much like the RTH VWAP has worked so far in favor of this downtrend. Normally I don't see it working too well. Maybe it works on gap days. I don't know. I haven't had too much experience with the RTH VWAP. I've only ever used it a few times within the last 30 days, I think. Good to know that 50-day Valerie low. How do you do that? What study do you have for the 50-day? Look there. So the put wall moved down on the NQ, and then where's the call wall? We're still below flip, obviously. Yeah. UDL, thanks. You're fast, dude. Fuck. Oh, I said you meant ILDM. Okay. Back to the open again. Back and forth. Shit, dude. I'm getting annoyed, honestly. Spock. Hey, Spock. Boom. What time is it? It's about to be the IB is about to form. Marnicles. I'll move it up to 47 because I don't trust the IB to be taken right at 7:30. So I might just opt for a bit of a scale here before the IB settles at 3 minutes. But yeah. Fuck. They still haven't taken out that spike low. It might not. I don't know. Denki is very tight here, dude. It's kind of crazy. Like, very tight. Comparatively, the S&P is not as tight. It is moving a little more fluidly, but Nasdaq's super tight, dude. Really cool AI-wise. Oh, yeah? Chat LLM? What's that? Abacus? The heck does that do? Let's see. Ancient manual calculating tool. Oh, wait. I started reading what it was. I just started fucking stupid. I looked up abacus. I just Googled search abacus. The first thing that came up was a real abacus, like what they use to read to count. And I started reading that. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what it is. Oh my god, that was such a funny mistake. Let's see. Teams, Open AI Assist, it acts as the top LLM's general purpose coding agent. What's the access to all the best? So you got Sonnet, Fable 5. What's the token usage? How much can you use? Create a full stack mobile app. No. That's pretty neat though. What's the token usage you got on that? I'm assuming it's not, I don't know how much they can give you for 10 bucks. 20k per month? I don't know how much that is, to be honest. I guess I should have figured that out before asking. Yo, are they really about it? Fucking these motherfuckers, dude. Alright, I'm giving this to the RTH VWAP, dude. If it doesn't break, if it reclaims the RTH VWAP, I'm out of this thing. This is bullshit, bro. This is fucking bullshit. So, if this reclaims the RTH VWAP, I'm out of this shit. Fuck all of this, dude. There's no way this should fucking take this long to break down. I'm fucking annoyed. I hate shorting. If there's one thing I hate, it's being short. I'm not great at shorts. I'm not good at them. So the underlying frustration is the fact that I know I'm not good at them. So holding a short, knowing I'm not good at it, makes me a little more prone to wanting to close the trade. I have way more patience and conviction taking along. I'll sit on that thing for as long as I need. But a short trade, I just can't. I don't have the data to support that says I have a high hit rate plus a good reward tolerance for it. So I'm a little bit more on edge when I take shorts more than anything. My data suggests that it's just not favorable for me to do that. So, yeah. Hey, what are you doing over there? Hey, what are you doing over there? That song's hilarious. It's already post IB, bro. And we're in like a... I might as well just target the IB low at this point, given this thing is already posted the IB. Yeah. I know most of the Atmosphere songs. Really? Just secretly? Secretly? I agree, Igor. Definitely can be a big flush down at 400s if this fails. Possibly a bit lower on an extension. Are they gonna finally take it out? This took enough tries. Come on, pay Uncle Rick. Pickle Rick. Pay Pickle Rick. Don't do this whole bounce thing. Just flush it out already. Buyers. I'm with you guys. I love buying. I love being a bull. I love bidding. It's fun. It's great. You know? But just let it go, bro. Pay Uncle Rick. Or Pickle Rick. I don't know what to call it. Just pay me already, bro. Fuck. So with Abacus, have you used it, by the way, FH? Have you been able to use it? I'm just gonna 6 at 47, dude. Fuck all this. I'm not gonna fucking deal with all this chop. I'll hold a small piece and See if it goes further. I mean, I don't even have a small piece. I still have half the position. I have half the position still. So the reason I want to scale here is because the put wall's right there. So I want to make sure I get down to a reasonable position. You like it? What have you used? What do you use it for? I guess what use case has it been able to help you that Claude has not been able to? Saving money on my other stuff? No way. Like what? Versatility. Yeah, because all the models have different strengths, right? Like all the different models will help you with something that another model may lack. I think like Claude, or sorry, ChatGPT has a better image generation tool, and then you know, that's where its strengths are. And Google probably too with video or something, or copy, things like that. What strengths do you see or notice that some models have over others? Cheaper Claude agent, and I like. Are you an order flow trader or you use Gex? What the fuck is the difference? It's all volume based. Yes to both. Are you? I mean, it's like saying like that question. To be honest with you, it makes no sense to me, because what is order flow? Is it not the use of volume to trade? And is Gex not a volume weighted instrument? I don't know. Maybe I'm just confused about what order flow is. But to answer the question, yes, I have a DOM. I have volume profiles. I have everything that can derive from volume, the exception being a footprint chart, I have on my screen. And you may not see it, but I have most of it here. The main one being the DOM here. What is it? Oh, okay. I'll get it right now. Oh, you don't need the bag? Don't need the bag? I use both. I scaled more here near the low. They're not taking the IB. It's very trappy, bro. It's annoying. So I got 4 lots still left. I'm gonna hold this 4 lots and go from there. Nano is good for logos? No way. I need to make a logo, by the way. What's Nano? Oh, wait, is that Google? Nano banana, right? And they're holding back above the open again. Fucking assholes. Nothing to market. Yeah, Nano banana. Okay. I have Gemini subscriptions. So I might just check. See what I mean? Look at. They look like the fucking GIF, the fucking monkey that goes like, what the fuck? Anyway. I'm glad I sold some, scaled some of this piece of shit, because things just playing games. I have Gemini, so I might be able to use it. I love shorting, but it is better to long statistically. 100%. 100% agree with you. I do not disagree 100%. Yeah, really good. I will say, to make the logo, make sure you describe every possible detail or it'll do something you really didn't ask for. I'll have to keep that in mind when I use it. Yeah, I mean, statistically, 100% true. Being long more often than not is more beneficial, which is why if you guys tune in any single day of any given week, you will see me taking more longs than any short. I haven't took a short in a while on stream in a minute. I don't take them. I just don't even try them. I see the setup, but I don't even try it. It's not worth it to me. Statistically, it makes no sense to be short, especially over a long period of time. Like, the longer you're short, the more prone you are to being wrong. So yeah, I don't disagree, Frank. I don't disagree. They didn't even take out the IB low, bro. Look at what they did. Fucking clowns. That's why I took profit. I'm glad I took profit. Glad I took profit. I'm using this VWAP, the RTH VWAP, as like the line in the sand there, so to speak. I wonder how that company is able to afford to do that with the different models. Oh, come on, dude. Oh, whatever. Fucking find out. Alright, find it out. It still ended up a green trade, so it's fine. Just annoying, to be honest. The fact that it's like fucking around here. I'll add back the 4 lots if they end up bringing it back down, but I'm not gonna fuck around and wait to get squeezed out. If they start trading below the VWAP again, I'll add it back. Yeah, I'm curious how they can afford that. Like, what's their margins there? Because I'm sure that's why they cap how many tokens you can use. But at the same time, they got some AI inventory on that app. Quite impressive. Wow. Yeah, like I wonder how they spread in the model how they're able to what their margins look like. Like the spread, how much they charge to token usage. They obviously calculated the token value per query, averaged it out and said, okay, we can limit 20k, that'll give us a spread of X amount. We'll be able to still be profitable. But I wonder what the margin is. I mean, it can't be that high. And plus, it's always changing. I think the token prices change with time of use or time of day, and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's kind of odd. All right, we'll try it again here. We're below VWAP again. A little bit of a spike here. All right. I'm not gonna add to this trade. I'll just hold that. And I honestly doubt those AI companies are going to cut them a deal. No, I doubt it. They're taking bread. Yeah, they're taking clients from them and spreading it. And I don't even know how that's allowed as well. I don't know if they read the fine print, but they must have. They must have read the fine print. I don't know. Because essentially what they're doing is like they have API keys and they're redistributing those API keys, the multiple that they have. I don't know how many they have. Probably not tons if it's a few models. And then they're pretty much selling those API keys to someone else, so that one person has access to multiple API keys to different models at the same time. Yeah, they had to run a lot of numbers, I'm sure, to make it work, which I'm sure it's not very difficult to figure out the average cost to token usage and limiting how much tokens it is, but I just don't know how long term that can work. What if they up the token cost, and for so cheap too? Yeah, like I'm sure they have to make the money in volume, meaning like, because I'm sure like if you're using Fable 5, the token cost is way higher. They're offering you 20,000 tokens, but if you use Fable 5, one token is more than Sonnet one token. Does that make sense? Like there's a currency in the background exchanging there. Like one token from Sonnet is not the same equivalent cost as one token from Fable 5. They're at a different cost. So I'm like wondering how they did the math there. It's a lot of averaging. You know, like did they price it in such a way like where they assumed everyone was just going to use the max model for all their 20k tokens and then that was their cap? I don't know. I have a couple API keys I use that I pay for. They're pretty cheap actually if you don't use them too much. Like I have an API with X or Grok or whatever. I put $5, I think like a month ago, and I have them right now. And that's the API or Grok I use to post my Twitter posts automatically for me every single day. So like 5 days a week, I get 2 tweets posted automatically, and I don't even know how much I have, but it's been a month or more than a month, and it's been less than $5. So they're cheap if you just use them for bare minimum tools. But like I try to use an API with Fable 5 through an API just to see how much it would cost. I put $20 in, it lasted me like 2 hours. so you know, so I guess it just depends the models, you know. I was just trying to test out the cost and try to figure it out. I think I could have just looked it up, but the cost from Fable 5 to Grok, it's like context dependent, obviously, but yeah, like 10 times more expensive. We're back to the lows. Look at that. Should I just scale again, dude? Because this is honestly annoying. They're not taking the IB low. That swipe into a VWAP was just a trap. Clowns. They're fucking clowns today, bro. But yeah, that's why I said, like, if they close above it, I'll close the trade. But if they come back below, I'll definitely re-enter the short again. And yeah, there it is, back lower. I just re-entered what I had closed, the same position size. Just gonna scale here again. All right, I'm gonna hold this one lot. I'm gonna hold it and see where it takes me. We'll go from there. That pretty much should wrap up for the day. I don't really want to trade anything else. It was essentially a look above and fail on the RTH VWAP tap again. This was like the 5th time it tapped. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5th time. I assume it should break down this time. There's a current month POC right above us, put wall right below us too, so makes me hesitant to want to hold a full position into that. I just scaled it, just have 2 left, and we'll kind of go from there, man. Well, thanks for showing me all this stuff, man. It's pretty neat. I'll have a look at Abacus this weekend because I currently pay for Gemini. I have Gemini, I have Claude, and then my wife has ChatGPT. So I might be able to just consolidate, for now, consolidate the subscriptions. Maybe just consolidate the ChatGPT and the Gemini one into one. What I do like about Gemini though is that you have the ability to share with 5 other people the Gemini model. So like I share with just me, my wife, my brother, and I have 2 other empty slots that I don't share. You can share the model, they have their own login and everything. And it comes with YouTube Premium, which is neat. I don't have to watch ads. Yeah, I would double check it because I don't know if I got it on 1 sub. Like if you pay 1 sub, let me see Google. Let me look it up right now just to be sure because I'm almost certain because my wife has Gemini and she gets it from me. Google Gemini. Here, watch, I'll show you. Yours does it? Really? What sub you got? I don't think the ones that's $20. Let me look at the settings here on my I think it's in Gmail where they have that. They're bouncing again. They're testing the open from below. This is what I wanted to see earlier happen. This might be the rejection I was looking for earlier. The rejection of the open from below. I'm gonna look for see if I can find that page where it shows me. Here it is, subscriptions. Yeah, here it is, watch. Check it out. Gemini AI Pro, 5 terabytes storage, $20. See benefits. Yes, just share storage with 5 others. And then Gemini, oh no, where is it? Google Premium, oh, Premium Lite, whatever. But this one here, Gemini usage, no, where is it? I can share with 5 people. The point is, like, I share it, look. Where does it show who I share it with? I don't know if this has personal info, give me a sec. It doesn't, but let me see. Yeah, it just says this, view benefits. Yeah, look it up because I swear. Look, let me see. Gemini. Can I share my Gemini subscription with other people? I never type right. It always knows what I mean. Because I did it. I know my brother and my wife have it, and I have it. We all have different logins. So like the chat history doesn't overlap or anything. You send them an invitation with their email address, and then they create their own account and log in, and yeah. Yes, there it is. Yes, you can share your subscription up to 5 people. Total 6 by setting up a Google One family group. There you go. That's what I did. Yeah. It has to be Google AI Plus or Pro. Or pretty much any of them, I think, right? Yeah. ChatGPT can't do that, or they don't offer that, I don't think. So I try to do that with my wife, and it doesn't work. And Claude either. So. All right, well, let's see if it breaks down. Today we had a bad gap down. It says open strictly below, inventory net short, PDL is the decision level. We didn't even come to PDL, honestly. So the decision level today, 7525. It holds extension short, gap fill target if it holds above. So yeah, it definitely didn't hold. It held well below it. This is pretty weak gap up, gap down day. And there we go. Finally broke the IB. What do you know? I might continue here. I gotta go to the restroom. Alright. Well, short play has so far has worked. Just took some time to work. That was this. So this earlier, this is what I was looking for earlier. It just took a while to happen. The bounce and then retest of open from below that rejects. This little setup right here was what I was looking for. I just took a few attempts of bounces before I finally gave up and did that. This setup right here is what happens when they fail, when they break down the value areas as well. When they do a value area breakdown, or RTH or weekly, it's exactly how it looks. It'll do a few bounces and then finally it'll do another extension below, test from underneath, reject, and then continue lower. It's the breakdown setup. I just did not have the confidence to add any more to this, given how much it chopped me up here or bounced so much. That noise is because we're bouncing off the gamma put low. This would be the breakout area. We gotta edit this line. Bullish breakout. It's gonna have to be the breakout now. Yeah.
On the desk. Okay. So how'd you make your logo? Wait, I forgot to see your logo actually, talking about that. I need to make one because I don't have one. What's gonna happen with all the gig working economy with all this like AI stuff on Upwork? They would make like design and stuff. Are they gonna lose their edge? Currently making one on Nano. How do you make it? So what's your process look like? How do you get detail oriented? I think what I usually do is like I start on a regular chat and I tell it, I'm trying to make a logo for blah blah blah. Can you ask me questions so I can develop a great prompt to give to Gemini? Something like that. That's what I would do. So I will first ask AI to ask me questions so on what I want the logo to look like. And then from those questions, I will ask it to generate a prompt to give to Nano Banana. Oh, that's kind of what you do? Okay. That's kind of the route I would take. And you get opinions? Okay, that's cool. Like for the logo? Yeah, I usually give it like what I want. I want the outcome. So if I say like I want it to feel or look a certain way, I will also ask clarifying questions. Does that support the feel or look I'm going for? You know, things like that. What do you think? Yeah. I also, yeah, that's true, huh? I also will give it examples of a logo, of a logo that I like, or well, not logo because I haven't made one, but something that I like, a website in this case. And I'll say, okay, what are the characteristics of the site that stand out that make it look professional? To me, this looks like blah blah blah. What do you think? What are the features you see on the back end on the HTML or JavaScript or the Node.js coding? You know, what is it? What does it have that my site does not? I was gonna adjust something on the NQ. Here it is. I need to adjust the compression on this. Paramount value. Or value. I think the best thing to do for NQ is to compress it by 8 ticks. 8 tick compression. And then this one too. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing for me to do here in comments as far as the market. I have a position. We're short. We'll see if it reclaims. I'm open to flipping long if it reclaims, but it's got to reclaim the open because there's a lot of short inventory that's going to have to cover if they do reclaim the open again. Something to keep in mind that I have a line in the sand, and if this gets above the open again, this little rejection area, I'll flip long, no problem. But as long as we remain below it, I will stay short for now. I like longs on a reclaim of the open. That would be massive. But then the NQ also has to reclaim a little bit. So we'll see. They reclaim the open. Okay, keep that in mind. This amount of consolidation here, this whole box of action, it's been very highly induced volume. There's a big move coming once this resolves. And if it reclaims here, I'm sorry, more like here, I assume we resolve to the upside and we probably test view up. And I'll flip long on that. But for now, we'll remain short until that happens. That level for me will be the flipping point to go long. For now, I assume breakdown until something changes.
Yeah, Lockheed Martin up 10%, RTX up 7%. Jeez. Damcom completes latest streaks against Grand. They're trying to recover this. If it holds or not. NQ's weaker though. If you look at the spread between the two, the NQ's going lower, the S&P's trying to push higher. Where are the chips at? The chippies are recovering right now. Oh no, that's Walmart. Sorry. Hey, where's that guy that said he was short Walmart? That thing sold off hard. He was just a little early. The chips are actually doing okay, given all this. Not down by much. Another low. Yankee has quite a ways to go, right? Let's see. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna stop until. Let me fix this too. Oil tops $100, really? I haven't looked at oil. At 91, dang. As Houthi attacks. Very nice. Trader removes fears. That's crazy, man. I mean, we're gonna hit a supply shock at some point, right? With this whole oil thing. The 420s is where there's a prior month value or low. That's probably why I'll scale this out. Oops. Somewhere around there. The prior month value or low right here, you can see it on my chart. The 420 right there. It's sky high here for gas, no way. I don't know what it is here. I mean, I'm sure it's high, but I don't know how high historically. I don't really put gas, that's why. It's not fair. Families are struggling with. Oh yeah, 100%, dude. It's fucking expensive. You know, like it's like 40%, 50% more the cost of filling up your car. You know, like I have a gas car, but I don't drive it. I have an electric car, so I haven't really felt the pain on that front, but it is expensive. I know, because I know the people I talk to, you know, they have to fill up their cars. Insane. I imagine that Ubers are probably through the roof right now too, given the cost. Now, well, what's selling off? Is it the Mag 7? His tank was on red? No way. Oh shit. Oh my god, he was asking where the nearest. Jesus Christ. Yo, I don't know why, but that stresses me out. They're still paying them the same? No way. That's a lot. Germany, we closed the ATM too. It's bad, bro. No way, dude. They didn't increase the fare or pay? That's insane. Keep up with the cost? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to do Uber then. You know, at some point, it doesn't make any sense. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, I think something has to snap at some point. Like, it can't keep doing this and like nothing snaps, or it just doesn't make any sense. Hey, AA Prompt, welcome back, man. And a lot. Germany, we closed to the ATM too. Wild, dude. Wild times. I think they had like petrol restrictions in somewhere in Asia not too long ago, like the driving certain days of the week and alternating cars and stuff like that too. Gotta keep up with that. All right, I'm gonna scale 1 here, 30s, and then we're gonna trail this one out for the rest of the day. See where things go from here. Okay, so now I'm just gonna trail this to this area here, the last runner, to the where we broke down from essentially, and then just let this roam free and do whatever they want us to get bikes and get healthy. Hey man, it's not a bad thing. I think, you know, I went to Switzerland. A lot of people did ride bikes there, and then the train was like the most common form of transportation. A short that paid nice for you. Dude, if I look at my fucking journal, I'm sure it's been a while since I've taken a short that paid nice. So between the two trades, I'm up 600 and something right now floating. So it's between, right here, here's my floating pay now. But this is between two trades. So keep in mind, I was short earlier. Total of 12 contracts. I scaled them out. And then I re-entered the 4 that I closed. Tesla's down 14%. No way. Don't tell me that. I have shares. No, don't tell me that. Is it really? I have shares of the damn thing. I mean, my cost base is low, so I don't really mind it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yo, that's pretty nasty. It's nasty. Nah, it's fine. I was gonna look at it eventually. We're going to short Elon Musk. Oh yeah, because SpaceX is down too, right? Yeah, it's at 110, 111. I have it on a watch list here. 111 down from 200, down 50% from the highs. Nah, no worries, man. I was bound to see it at some point. Okay. I scaled that last little, that one little micro right at the low of this. We'll see if it bounces. I don't think it has much continuation yet. NQ's still a little limp.
Kansas City Fed Manufacturing Index drops in July. Google Cloud, Karan says customers are spending 50% more as segment blows away expectations on the Google Cloud. Honestly, it's insane the amount of demand for compute. GPU compute is insane. Just one day might go up tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, for Tesla? I don't mind about tomorrow or the next day. Honestly, like, has anyone tried the self-driving? Does anyone ever tried the Tesla self-driving vehicle or the software? Because if you have or you haven't, I'm sorry if you haven't. You see, the way I see it is like, I've been using the software for like 4 years, 5 years now, and it's very similar to the feeling I had to when the iPhone came out. Okay, when you had like a flip phone, right? And then you got the iPhone, or the BlackBerry was in between that, but still like the totally different technology, completely uncomparable to the prior. Like that's what self-driving is to me. It feels like to me when I've been using it the last 5 years. So I didn't mind buying it at 180 or 160 the stock when it was down 4 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago when it was trading at 180s, 160s, 200s. I was buying there. I think it went up to 500, and you know I didn't sell any unfortunately, but that's fine. I just think the technology is so innovative and so overlooked that at some point people will adopt that technology. The adoption rate is super slow most times for this kind of stuff. How long did it take people to adopt the iPhone fully? 10 years? More like 5 to 8 years. iPhone came out in 2008. People didn't really get iPhones until like 2011, 12, maybe 13, more like 14, 2014, 2013 is when like it became more popular to have an iPhone. And then after that, it became a cult. It's like, oh, you don't have a blue bubble? This is weird, right? Has anyone ever told you that? You have an iPhone, you don't have an iPhone, and you're like, oh, you don't have a blue bubble? It's like a cult. And my assumption is that will be the same for self-driving. Like, you don't have it? What's wrong with you? Like, why don't you own it? But the adoption rate's slow. So it might take a few 5 years. Like, it will make no sense to have a car that doesn't have self-driving. You'd be like, what's wrong with you? Why do you have a blue bubble? Why don't you have a blue bubble? Why don't you have self-driving? Okay, we're coming into that Paramount Valley low. Nothing. Tomorrow's my birthday. You better look this good.
That's so rude. I always look at
I know. Mm. I just spilled the water cache. Ow. Yeah. Hmm? Oh.
Clip it. Sounds like yeah, just a little bit though. Saved it for you. I thought you would want to eat it. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm trying to bounce in here, but where are we on the second standard deviation? Let's see. I have another chart book right here. Yeah, just parabolic down. Okay. I don't know. I honestly think this is gonna sell off until like middle of the day. And when we have a sell off like this, it usually doesn't stop until a little bit until New York lunch. But we'll see if they bounce it or not. They might just want to retest and then go from there. Price is entering a structural area. 531. What? Huh? Bye. Bye-bye now. Yeah, so the playbook today was, I mean, it's pretty clean off the morning. It said to go long the overnight low. I honestly didn't take it. I was too slow on taking the setup. It honestly hit too fast for me to want to react. The playbook said go long overnight low failed breakdown, which it did right off the open. Here's the open. We came into the overnight low, 48s. It held and it just zoom. So we opened at a second standard deviation. VWAP was the target. It didn't quite even get there though. That's the problem. You had to be a little conservative with the take profits. I mean, not even conservative. I mean, who's not going to take 20 points on the S&P? They went up 20 points or so. Oops. Where's my... Oh, it's not that one. Oh, it's not that one. There you go. Let's see here. So yeah, it's in. Yeah, this was the ripper this morning. I wish I would have taken it. I would have been done earlier instead of holding this trade and being all frustrated with the short setup earlier. It would have been easier for me to just take that trade and walk away. But nope, I was a little too slow on that reclaim. Overnight low FBD. Fucking hit right off the morning open. Like a boss. Let's see. Yeah. I only have one lot left, so we'll see where that takes us. They're trying to bounce a little bit here. I don't know. I don't trust any of these midday bounce, or not midday, but bounces into euro. We're hitting euro close right now in like 9 minutes. Thing is, like when we have days like this where we sell off so hard in the morning, I guess it wasn't that hard, but when we sell off into the morning, these sell-offs don't stop until about 10:30 Pacific, which is what, like 2:30 Eastern or 1:30 Eastern. Yeah, it's usually when there's a turnaround or a bounce. That's just based off of what I've observed through the years. You go back and back test any large 4-hour candle. Actually, we can even do it here. Check it out. Whenever you have a large 4-hour print in the morning, it just sells off for a while. And here too, right here, sold off, and then until the next 4-hour finish, then it started to bounce. Sold off here. Sold off here, and then it started to bounce after that. So I'm just saying, like, I'm going to wait until the 4-hour candle finishes before assuming any reversals, because that's typically what happens. More often than not, is that we typically close out that 4-hour print before a reversal hits, or a green 4-hour reversal takes place. Usually needs a full flush until the end of the. Something happened. A full flush. It hit the prior month value low though. Look at that. Perfectly. 20s. Wow. That was the prior month value low. It hit it almost exactly. I might just take it here on that sweep, on that dip. Should close my trade. Oh, I still have more? The heck? I'm adding to it. Shit. Let me close this trade. There you go. I guess I was adding to it. I don't know what I'm doing. There you go. So 732 on the day. Not bad. Not bad. I closed that short there. So between the two trades that I took, 732. Where is my journal at? Where's my trading journal? Oh, yeah, let me open it. Trade journal. Yeah, I used to closing lots. I think so. I don't even know how to close a short anymore. That's hilarious, dude. It's hilarious. 707.50. Not bad. Commissions obviously to eat into that, but not bad. Like, why the fuck is it not closing yet? I mean, I added 2 lots to it. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, why did it not close? And then I saw my contract size was like 3. I'm like, I thought I only had 1. So I obviously added two lots to it before I closed it. I don't know how that happened. That was terrible. Whatever. It's fine. Oh no, it's embarrassing. But hey, it is what it is. Hey, thanks for letting me know about Abacus, by the way. I'm gonna be looking into that later today. We'll see if we go any lower. I took it based on that little dip into the prior month value low, but we might go lower. Again, we might sell until the end of the 4-hour print, which is still about another hour from now, or 2 hours from now. Things can go way lower from now. The measured move for the week is right here, actually. That's funny. Do I have it on here? I don't have it on this chart. So the measured move, the weekly expected move on the S&P is down here. It's right around here at 410s,
408.75. We might just tag it. 10 more points. The weekly expected move is 7,408 or so. Right around your area that you mentioned. So the weekly expected move is right here. Let's see. Weekly expected, yeah. It is 408 on the lower target. 408. 407.93, which is 408, let's just say. Round up. Only a few cents off. So yeah. Do 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 do. I have way too many tabs open. My goodness. I guess I should have leaned on that VWAP today. Something I'm going to be looking at in future sessions on gap ups or gaps downs. Because typically during regular opens, meaning opening within the same range, the RTH VWAP I haven't seen it hold much weight. I think it probably works better on gaps. I really was hoping we would hold that 70 area today, you know, on that bounce this morning, but it didn't. Unfortunately, I held from below. This is currently imbalanced down from here, which will make a note. Let me put this in, erase this. I gotta adjust my charts now based on today's action. Bear breakdown. Change the color. Oh yeah, pretty much bearish breakdown from there. So we have a like a true gap down essentially. We balance, and then we have the true gap down today that rejected the reclaim of the prior value area. So we should be testing. Oh, we already did. Shit. Or we're about to, I guess. The next area down, reasonable area, is this balance, this 4-hour balance, or this 4-day balance right here. Right here. We failed to hold above the breakout. And now, well, the most reasonable target is that value area low from that balance area, which we're right there, only 4 points away. The rules of the auction, right? Just kind of played out there. Let me actually compress this here. There you go. So you failed to hold this prior auction up here. You accepted back within this 4-day balance, and then so you trade back into the value area low. You transverse back into the auction, which is 415. That's a good area to try to long. It's near that low end of the value area. The 410, 415 is what I have on my value area here. Right, let me see. 413.75, somewhere around there. Which lines up with the expected move for the week on the move down, ironically. NQ's cooked, bro. We're in a trend down until the NQ can get something going. I don't have any references on the NQ for lower value. I would have to go back a few months. So this area has to hold this little 413 area. This is where I would assume a bounce comes in. We were testing the low end of that auction. If there's a place to bounce, it's right here. I'm not going to take it personally. I'm just going to watch, but it would be at that 13 area. Yeah, market's reacting at that level. That balance area. Here. Oh, nice reaction off that zone so far. Up 7 points, give or take. NQ is holding above the Valley low for the first time. I think the S&P is as well. Yeah. The current session Valley low for the first time. It's actually not at the low of it, but rather reversing off of it. I think that the second test of this area is probably going to be better once we come in. So let it bounce, see where that resistance or supply sits, and then come in, probe that low, take the long on the reclaim. That's probably a bit of a better setup, honestly, later in the day. Right now, maybe it bounces all the way to 40s, 38, 40 area, around here. So it can, I would assume it wants to make bounce, come in, reject, then put a bounce, and then maybe come back again. So I'll just take that one later in the day, maybe. Second test of that area. Nice little momentum shift here. Ugh. Wait a minute, the Dow just barely took out the overnight low? There's no way. The Dow has barely tested the overnight low right now. That's funny. Yeah, just barely. Like within the last 5, at the same time the S&P hit this low as when the Dow hit that low. So it had been consolidating these past few hours, the last 2 hours, doing nothing until it finally tested the overnight low. That's probably what's leading some of this relief rally here. Wow, nice bounce, up 13 points now. Not bad, not bad. Ugh. Fuck. It's like just needed Euro close to take place, and then we got a reversal. Look at that. All the Europeans stopped selling, and then we flipped. What the fuck? Oh no. It's just like one-sided up now. Interesting. It happened a little bit before the Euro close. Like, what was it at 8:30? No, exactly at Euro close. Was it 8:30? 8:45. Yeah, right when Euro. We started bouncing right at Euro close. Look at Euro close at 8:30, and then we were boop up, what, 15 points now? Damn. They swept the D-Lo and trapped them. Yeah, look at it. Boom, up 20 now. Dang, I did not expect it to go this fast. Only it's been less than 10 minutes. Hmm. 445. Oh, that'd be a good one. Yeah, if they can reclaim that, for sure. That would be a nasty squeeze. Yo, if they get above that, it will probably come to 73, honestly. If they can do it. This reminds me of the one they did at the, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I think it was last week. They reclaimed the it was like around this time of the day too, like going into midday. Or was it? They reclaimed, I forgot what level it was. I don't remember the level, but they did something similar to this where they squeezed nasty into the close. They did something similar to this. I forgot the level, man. I took the trade though. I think it was 90s. I took it at 493. Yeah, 493 to 620. That's what it was. It was 493 to 620. It was a reversal. I don't remember what day. I think it was this day right here. Yeah, this day. It might have been this day. Right here. It was this one for sure. I remember now. They did the 492, 493 reclaim, and then they squeezed it all the way to 20s into the close. It was nasty, dude. And it happened around this time too. We'll see. I'll let it reclaim and do its thing, but I need to see the NQ one time frame up for me to want to do that. So like what I mean by that is like these little candles on the NQ, if they can consistently make higher highs and not overlap or touch, that gives me strong conviction to take that reclaim. So right now they're doing it. So far it's done it. So if the NQ can do that, these little candles, if they just consistently make higher highs, don't overlap in any way, and then reclaim that first standard deviation, that would be a very good reversal. Those two things combined gives me those two things combined means there's a short squeeze coming. That's what I'll see it as. Let me see. If I take, let me see. If I take it here, let me take it, look at my journal. Let's see, MNQ. I take one here, let's see, 28,545. And then the stop would be 28,450. Yeah, one lot. Okay. Wait a minute, didn't you? Did I get filled? No, I didn't get filled. I don't understand. I put a buy order. Did I not have trade mode on? Oh, I didn't hit it because I have a one lot. There we go. I have a OCO that one line. Well, that's good. You know, start fading. So anyway, we'll see if it does it. The only one other setup outside of that would be just a failed breakdown of the current low. I don't know how to play it futures, shares, or options. Oh man, that's a good question. I have no idea. I think the cheapest thing is, I think the cheapest way is like futures, honestly. Because the thing is, like, I don't know how much the theta is going to decay at the end of the day if you're going for a 0 day. Because the momentum has to squeeze, and like if the candle structure doesn't show that, the theta will kill you. Unless you're buying at the money, then the risk reward kind of becomes skewed. I think futures is probably the best bet. Because the theta decay. Yeah, unless it absolutely rips, yeah. You need the momentum. Like, I would love to at some point be able to classify what days would be appropriate for a options trade as opposed to a futures trade, or maybe, or both, but like to layer on a options trade. But I need to be able to discern like when those days, which of those days has the most momentum. The most momentum to be able to, because you need momentum essentially for an options trade, or at least if you want to get a multi-bag gainer, because you can still trade them intraday, but like if you want a multi-bag gainer, I think momentum is going to be one of those things you just have to be able to classify. And so far, the only thing that I know I can classify a momentum day is when it's an open drive or an open test drive day. Those 2 days you can kind of get away with. Well, mainly the open drive, but the open test drive is probably okay, because the open test drive is essentially a probe of a prior day low, overnight low that reverses right off the open. It's a good trade, but it's like momentum usually dies off on those kind of days, and it doesn't continue for the rest of the session. So you do have to manage the trade at some point as it extends past VWAP. But for the open drive, those are trend days and usually end near the highs of the session. So those are probably cleaner to ride out an options trade and swing into the next day or maybe end of day or whatever, as opposed to an open test drive. Those 2 days for sure are probably the best for momentum. The problem is like the management on both of them is a little different. Yesterday, as I was doing some back testing, I started to realize that, or the data showed me that the open drives on the NQ are 2 times better risk reward wise than the open drives on the S&P. The drawdown is 50% less on the open drive on NQ, and the reward factor is 40% higher, or 200% higher, sorry. So for example, like the S&P will move 5x the reward, the risk to reward, and the NQ will move 8.4x. So it's like almost 200, it's like 120% higher, more momentum expanded move than the S&P. And the drawdown is half. So that's like a huge plus as well. So if there's ever an open drive, I will certainly be trying it on the NQ going forward as opposed to the S&P. Because the open drive, the last one we had was actually not too long ago. It was this day here. And it definitely trended cleanly. It was this day right here. This day was an open drive. And it trended a lot better than the S&P if we go back and test and compare them. These are the same 2 days. They're both identical days, but look at the pullback on the NQ as opposed to the S&P. The pullback was steeper. Look at this pullback. It literally came back all the way down here. And this one didn't even come back to the same area. It just came back to VWAP. Barely kissed VWAP and then just continued. It's like that alone is like very good. Very shallow. Not even into VWAP. This one hit VWAP. Let me see. I can pull back a 1 minute one and we can go back to that day. This one ended up probing VWAP below it. I remember because I was long here. There it is. So this is the same day right here on the S&P. And what it did is it traded below the VWAP. NQ barely kissed it. It went higher, good. Came in, drove the VWAP, and then continued. And the NQ never did that. Just cleaner. You could have just added more to this trade after it had gone in your favor and, you know, taken advantage of the continuation part of the trade. While the S&P unfortunately came back right into the open. Or not right at the open, but a few points away from the open. I think it went down to 30s. The open was 28. And there's other examples. They're further back in dates. I'm not going to go back to them. I think I'm wrapped up here, man. I appreciate you, FH, for being here, and Frank and anyone else who tuned in. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday, but I'll probably only be here for a little bit. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys on the next one.